Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, in this session we are going to discuss some more problems based on trigonometry. Precisely we'll be taking the problems based on height and distance. You might have revised the previous 3 sessions and definitely you are having your paper and pen with you. So let's start practicing. Now this problem, from a point on a bridge across a river, the angle of depression of the banks on opposite side of the river is 30 and 45 respectively. If the bridge is at a height of 3 meter from the bank, then the width of the river is. Now I just draw the diagram. So this is the scene, this is bridge and person is seeing from here. So angle of depression is 30 and 45, right? So this is 45, so this must be 45, and this is 30, so this must be 30, right? And between these two, the smaller angle should be taken. That is, the angle which is farther from this point will be smaller. The angle which is closer to this point will be larger, right? If the bridge is at a height of 3 meter from the bank, this is 3 meter, we have to find out the width of the river. That means the distance between this point to this point. Okay, I suppose this is x and this is y. Now relationship between these two is given by tan theta. So tan 45 degree is this by this and tan 45 is 1. So this must be 3. Now relationship further between this and this is given by tan theta. So tan 30 degree is 1 by root 3. So 3 by y is 1 by root 3. So y is 3 root 3. That means width will be 3 plus 3 root 3, or if we take 3 as common, 1 plus root 3, right? So 3 plus 3 into 1 plus root 3. Okay, very simple problem, friends. I hope you are getting it. The angles of elevation of the top of a rock from top up and foot of 100-meter tower are respectively 30 and 45 degree. So I draw the diagram, just a moment. So this is the diagram. This is rock, top of rock from top and foot of 100-meter high tower. So this is a tower. From the top of the tower and from the this foot of the tower, the angle is 30 and 45, right? We have to find out the height of the rock. That means this length we have to find out. Okay, so I assume this to be x, this to be y, so and this must be 100, right? So from this triangle, tan 30 is y by x. Tan 30, that's 1 upon root 3 is y by x. And if we take this triangle, then this is also x because this and this is same. So tan 45 degree is equal to y plus 100 by x, right? Perpendicular by base. And angle is 45 degree. So tan 45 degree is y plus 100 by x. Now tan 45 is 1. That means y plus 100 is x. And from here, x is root 3y, right? X is root 3y. So instead of x, I write root 3y. So root 3y, that's this, minus y is 100. That means y is equal to 100 upon root 3 minus 1, or if we rationalize it, it is 3 minus 1, that's 2. So 2 and this is 50. So 50 root 3 plus 1. Okay. So this is just y. We have to add 100 also. So 50 root 3 plus 50 plus 100. So it is 150 plus 50 root 3. If I take 50 as common, so that is 3 plus root 3. Okay. I hope you are getting it. And it's really very simple problems. If this sort of problems are there in the examination, you won't take more than 30 seconds to 40 seconds to solve, right? I can say that these are actually free marks. Now this one, two men standing on opposite side of a flagstaff. I assume this to be flagstaff. One person standing here, one person is there. So this is the situation, right? From one side the angle is 30 degree, the angle that is farther from this point should be smaller, and this is 60 degree, right? If the height of the flagstaff is 20, the distance between the persons, so this is suppose x till here, and this is y. Again, relationship between these two is given by tan theta. So tan 30 degree, that is 1 upon root 3 is 20 by x. So x is equal to 20 root 3. Similarly, 20 by y is equal to tan 60 degree, that is root 3. So y is equal to 20 by root 3, or you can say this 20 by 3. Okay, actually we have to find out the approx value. So this is 20 root 3 plus 20 root 3 by 3. That is x plus y, right? So if I take 20 root 3 as common, so that's 1 plus 1 by 3, that's 4 by 3. So 20 root 3 into 4 by 3, so that's 80 root 3 by 3. Now we have to calculate the approx value. See, instead of 80, if it would have been 81, so it's 27. So 27 into 1.7, that's 27 to 1.7, that's 46. Right? I hope you are getting it. The top of a broken tree has its top touching the ground at a distance 15 meter from the bottom. The angle made by a broken end with the ground is 30 degree, the length of the broken part. See, now I draw the diagram. This is the original tree, right? Now what is happening? This tree, maybe it is breaking from this place. So what would happen? It would come like this. Okay, so this is what actually the broken part. Okay, whatever is the length of this part, the same is the length of this part. Okay, so this broken part is making 30 degree angle with the ground and top and touching the ground at a distance of 15 meters. So this is actually 15 meter. This is the length of the broken part. I assume it to be x. So we have to find out the length of this part. That is the broken part. So relationship between this and this is given by cos theta, that is base by hypotenuse. So 15 by x is cos theta, that is cos 30 degree, and cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2. Okay, so x is equal to 30 by root 3, or rationalize it, it's 10 root 3. Okay, as simple as that. Now the angle of depression of two ships from top of a lighthouse are 45 and 30 degree towards east. If the ships are 100 meter apart, the height of the lighthouse. Now in this case what is happening? Both the ships are on the same side. Okay, so this is suppose the basic line. This is the lighthouse. Then maybe one of the ship is here and the other ship is here. Okay, so I write this is the angle 45 degree, this is the angle 30 degree. The ships are 100 meter apart, that means this to this, the length is 100. This I assume it to be x from this point to this point, right? We have to find out the height of the lighthouse, so that's y, right? Now if we take this triangle, y by x is 1045 and 1045 is 1, that means x and y both of them are equal, so I take this also as x. Okay, now if we take this triangle, the bigger one, then this by this is 1030 degree, that means x upon x plus 100 is 1030. So 1030 is what? Actually 1 by root 3, right? So root 3x minus x is equal to 100. So x is equal to 100 upon root 3 minus 1, or it's root 3 plus 1, root 3 plus 1. So 3 minus 1, 2, so that's 50. So 50 root 3 plus 1, right? 50 root 3 plus 1, right? And most of the time what happens, like our answers are rationalized, right? So if you are getting this sort of answer root 3 minus 1 in the denominator, you are not able to see, then you can rationalize that, okay, by multiplying by its conjugate. Okay, so that's 50 root 3 plus 1, that's correct choice. The top of two poles of height 20 and 40 meter are connected by a wire. If the wire makes an angle 30 degree with the horizontal, then the length of the wire is. So I draw the diagram. One of the pole is of 20 meter and the other is of 14 meter. So this is the scene. Okay, so here one of them is 20 and other is 14. So this is 14, this is 14, this is 6. Okay, and makes an angle 30 degree. So this angle is 30 degree. Length of the wire, that is this length. So this is suppose x. Now relationship between these two is given by sine theta, that is perpendicular by hypotenuse. And sine 30 degree is 1 upon 2. So x is 12. Okay, so the length of the wire is nothing but 12. Matter of 30 seconds, right? Now this one. See friends, in the case of time, this height and distance problem, it is necessary to draw the diagram correctly, right? After that, it's just a cakewalk. In this case, the angle of elevation of an aeroplane from a point on the ground is 60 degree, right? I just draw the initial situation of the aeroplane. Suppose the aeroplane is here and angle of elevation is 60 degree, right? So that means this angle is 60 degree and this is the present location of the aeroplane. After 15 seconds, after flight of 15 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degree. That means this is the new situation. Okay. Now, if aeroplane is flying at the height of 1500 root 3, the speed of the plane is. That means from this place to this place is taking 15 seconds. So if we calculate the distance between these 2 points, we already have time, so we can calculate the speed of the plane, right? So that's pretty easy for us. Let's do it. So this height is 1500 root 3, the same as this, and initially the angle is 60 degree, that means this angle is 60 degree, this complete angle, and this angle is 30 degree, right? So this length we have to find out from this point to this point, right? I suppose this is x and this is y. Now if we consider this triangle, the relationship between base and perpendicular is given by tan theta. So tan 60 degree is actually root 3, that is perpendicular by base. So that is 1500 root 3 by y. That means y is 1500. That means this length is 1500. After that, if we consider this triangle, then the height is 1500 root 3 and this angle is 30 degree. Further, the relationship between this and this is given by tan theta. So tan 30 degree, then 30 degree is 1 by root 3 is equal to 1500 root 3 by, so this length by this complete length. So this complete length is what? 1500 plus x. Okay. Now 1500 plus x is equal to 1500 into 3. So that's 4500. That means x is 3000. That means this length is actually 3000 meters. Now to cover up 3000 meters, it is taking 15 seconds, right? So speed must be 20 meter per second. I'm sorry, 200 meter per second. 3000 by 15. So that's 200 meter per second. This is the distance. and this is the time taken, right? So 200 meter per second is the speed of the aeroplane. Problems are very simple. If you draw the diagram correctly, you'll be doing it very easily. Okay. Now this question: the shadow of a vertical tower AB on level ground is increased by 10 meter when the altitude of sun changes from 45 to 30 as shown in the figure. The height of the tower is. Now, so this is height of the tower, we assume it to be x. Initially the angle is 45, and you should be careful while marking the angle. The angle which is closer to this vertical pole will be bigger, and the angle that is farther will be smaller. So this is 30, this is 45. Okay. Now we have to, the shadow of this is increased by 10 meter. That means this length is actually 10. Okay. So what we have to find? We have to find out this length of the tower. Okay. So this and this relationship between these two is given by tan theta. So tan 45 degrees 1. That means this is x. This has to be x. Okay. Now, if we take this triangle, that is ABD, then this by this is tan 30 degree. That means x upon x plus 10 is tan 30. That's 1 upon root 3. Right? So root 3x is equal to x plus 10. So root 3x minus x is 10, and x root 3 is actually 1.73. So 1.73x minus x is 0.73. So x is equal to 10 upon 0.73. Right? So approximately it can be written as 0.75. 0.75, that means 3 by 4. So 40 by 3, so around 13. Okay, this one. I hope you are getting me. Now this one, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance a and b meters from the base and in the same straight line are with the tower complementary. The height of the tower. Complementary angle, that means sum of them must be 90 degrees. So if this is theta, this must be 90 minus theta, right? So we have to find out the height of the tower, that's h. So first of all, we take this case. So h by b is equal to tan 90 minus theta. Now tan 90 minus theta is what? Cot theta. Okay. Similarly, h upon a is equal to tan theta. This upon this complete length is this tan theta. So h is equal to b cot theta and h is equal to a tan theta. So if I see, I have to remove theta since I have to find h. So what I do is I multiply both of them. So h by a into h by b is equal to tan theta into cot theta, that's 1. So h square is equal to ab, that means h is equal to root ab. As simple as that. Okay friends, so we have done so many problems based on height and distance. Now I am sure this concept is clear in your mind. You need to practice to a certain extent. After that it will be just a cakewalk for you. Okay, bye bye.